guys can come here with me.
Hello. Okay, with me, you have to repeat back. If I say good morning, you say good morning back, okay? Good morning.
Good morning.
Oh. Hello, my friend. I'm Jack. In America, I have what they call a southern accent. They make fun of the way I talk in America. So if I'm hard to understand, don't let it bother you. My wife had trouble sometimes understanding me. At least that's what she said. I got music with my teaching. All right. My teaching is going to be a little different. Brother Wayne is teaching you how to study and how to preach. I'm going to teach you what to preach. So many times we study a Bible verse or a chapter or even a book, and we get to know that section, but we don't know how it all fits together. We don't know how it all fits together. So we're going to jog through the Bible. It may be faster than a jog. We may have to call it running through the Bible. But it's going to be like we're in a helicopter. And we're looking down at the whole thing. So for many of you, this will be like a review. For many of you, this will be all new. But this is my goal. That you will know the Bible better than ever. And how it fits together. How one book relates to the next book. How the beginning connects to the end. Here's how we're going to do that. We're going to have some fun. We're going to learn 5 phone numbers.
My phone numbers are 5.
We're all used to learning phone numbers, right? But now we're going to learn phone numbers to the Bible. We'll have fun doing it. But you have to interact with me. We're going to memorize these phone numbers together. Okay? And then in the Old Testament, for most of the books, I'm going to give you a key word that describes that book of the Bible. All of these words will end in the English letters I-N-G. Like I'm going, or I'm studying,
kumbe ngimile
or I'm talking.
kumbe ngiyakhuluma.
Understand? Okay, this is your book. Take it like this. Get this book.
Lolu gwalo lwakho, thatha ugwalo lwakho.
It's not totally finished.
Aluphelanga.
I'll take us through what I've got,
Ngizalihambisa kulokho engilakho.
and then I'll teach the rest of it from my head.
Ngibe sengifundisa okuningi kusuka ekhanda lami.
All right, open it up. This is your book to keep.
Lolu gwalo lwakho kumele ugcine.
And I promise you something.
Futhi ngiyakuthembisa olunye ulutho.
You can take this and teach it to your people.
Ungathatha lokho kufundise ebantwini bakho.
Anybody can understand this.
Iloba ngubani angakuzwisisa lokho.
Now, like Brother Wayne said,
Ngiyakuthanda ukukhuluma umfowethu Wayne.
I'm not going to act like you don't know anything.
Ngizayenza sengathi awazi lutho.
I know many of you have been studying the Bible.
Ngiyazi ukuthi abaningi benu sekade lihlaziya iBhayibheli.
But it can be a review for you.
Kodwa kungaba yikuliphinda kuwe.
Okay, open your book
Vula ugwalo lwakho
to page number 1.
ekhasini lokuqala.
Here's our first phone number.
Nansi ifone number yethu yokuqala.
It's called the phone number to the books of the Bible.
Ithiwa ifone number eya engwalweni zeBhayibheli.
It's actually the phone number to the books of the Old Testament.
Ifone number eya engwalweni zeTestament elidala.
Okay, everybody see that phone number? All right, here's the way we're going to say it.
Nansi indlela esizakutsho ngayo.
We're going to say 5,
Sizathi
3,
3,
6,
6,
3,
3,
5,
5,
17.
17.
All right, I'm going to say it one time. 5, 3, 6, 3, 5, 17. Okay, are you ready?
Salizilungiselele na.
Let's say it together.
Asekutsho kanye kanye.
5, 3, 6, 3, 5, 17. Good. Now let's do it again. Let's do it again. 5, 3, 6, 3, 5, 17. Boy, you did it better that time.
Likwenze ngcono bathesi.
You know what that proves? You can read.
Uyenelisa ukufunda.
I don't know if you memorize, but you can read.
Angazi ukuthi ngiyakwanisa ukubamba ekhanda yini kodwa ngiyakwanisa ukubamba.
All right, don't look at your book.
Angikhangela ibhuku lakho.
Don't look at the screen.
Ungakhangela ku-screen.
No. And say it with me. Ready?
Ukutsho kanye nami sizilungiselele.
5, 3, 6, 3, 5, 17. It's almost like music. 5, 3, 6, 3, 5, 17.
Uphosa kube njengamhlambeni.
All right, now what does that phone number mean?
Itshoni le phone number.
Number 5.
Number 5.
There are 5 books of the law.
Kulamabhuku amahlanu omthetho.
The Old Testament begins
iTestament elidala liqala
with 5 books about the law God gives.
ngamabhuku amahlanu omthetho uNkulunkulu awuphayo.
Sometimes they're called the 5 books of Moses.
Kwesinye isikhathi athiwa ngamabhuku amahlanu kaMoses.
Because Moses wrote these first 5 books.
Ngenxa yokuthi uMoses ngiyewaloba lezi ngwalo ezihlanu zeBhayibheli.
I'll give you 2 big words.
Ngizayinikeza amabala amabili amakhulu.
The Jewish people
Abantu besiJuda
called those first 5 books
bawathi lamabala amabhuku am-5
the Torah.
bathi iTorah.
Say it with me. The Torah.
Kutsho kanye nami ukuthi iTorah.
In Hebrew, it just means the law.
NgesiHebheru kutsho umlayo.
The Greek people called these 5 books
AbesiGreki babiza lamabhuku amahlanu
the Pentateuch.
bathi iPentateuch.
Can you say that with me?
Akutsho lokho
Pentateuch.
kanye nami Pentateuch.
Pentateuch. It means Pent 5,
Kutsho ukuthi uPent utsho okuhlanu,
Tuch books.
uTuch utsho izingwalo.
So Pentateuch is the 5 books.
uPentateuch izingwalo ezihlanu.
Now you don't have to remember any of that. You don't have to remember that.
Akumelanga uze ukubambisise lokho.
I just want you to remember
Ngifuna ukuthi ukhumbule nje
there are 5 books of the law.
ukuthi zinhlanu ingwalo zomlayo.
All right, tell me what 5 stands for.
Ngitshela ukuthi okuhlanu kumelene.
The books, come here, talk to me, talk to me.
Khuluma nami.
Ready?
Yes.
5
Books of the law.
books of the law. That's good, thank you, Mr. Wayne. All right, now everybody, there are 5 books of the law. Yeah, come on, I got to hear y'all.
Ngifuna ukuthi ngilizwe.
Come on, wake up. There you go, 5 books of the law.
Izingwalo ezinhlanu zomlayo.
Then there are 3 books
Bese sifale ingwalo ezintathu
on the conquest of Canaan.
ezikhuluma ngokunqotshwa kweKenani.
Now, do you know what I mean by that?
Uyakwazi ukuthi kutsho lapho.
The Jewish people end up as slaves in Egypt.
Abantu besiJuda bagcina beyizigqila eEgypt.
They leave Egypt.
Basuka eGibhithe
They cross the Red Sea.
bachaphula olubomvu.
Then they're going to have to go and conquer this new land.
Base kufanele ukuthi bayinqoba leli lizwe elisha.
The new land is called Canaan.
Ilizwe elisha lelithiwa yiKenani.
So there are 3 books
Kulezi ngwalo ezintathu
that tell how the Jewish people
ezitshela ukuthi abantu besiJuda
conquered Canaan.
bayinqoba kanjani iKenani.
You got that?
Yakuzwa lokho.
Okay, say the whole phone number again. 363-517. There are 5 books of the law. There are 3 books on the conquest of Canaan. Oh, you're doing so much better. You're doing good.
Lenza kahle kakhulu.
You're waking up.
Ngani buyaphaphama.
Okay. Then when they get in, they're going to have some kings.
Nxa sebengene lapho baza kuba namakhosi.
There are 6 books in the Bible
Kulezi ngwalo ezisithupha eBhayibhelini
that tell about those kings and their kingdoms.
ezisitshela ngalawo makhosi kanye nemibuso yawo.
Okay, so there's 6 books on the kings and the kingdoms. Okay.
Ezisithupha ezikhuluma ngamakhosi nemibuso yawo.
All right. So there's 5 books of the law, 3 books on the conquest of Canaan, and 6 books on the kings and the kingdoms. Okay. Now, eventually, Israel and Judah will be captured.
Ngemva kwalokho Israel noJuda bathunjwa.
Judah will be carried 800 miles away
uJuda wahanjiswa 800 miles khatshana lapha asuka khona
to the country called Babylon.
esiya ezweni elathiwa iBabylon.
They will live in Babylon
Bazahlala eBabylon
for 70 years.
okweminyaka engama-70.
How long will the Jews live in Babylon? 70 years. This period of time
Lesi sikhathi
of 70 years in Babylon
eseminyaka engama-70 eBabylon
is called
sithiwa
the Babylonian captivity.
ikuthunjwa beseBabylon.
Say that with me. The Babylonian captivity.
Ukuthunjwa beseBabylon.
Okay. So while they're over there, now they have to come back home.
Kwasomele babuyele ekhaya.
There are 3 books of the Bible
Kule izingwalo ezintathu zeBhayibheli
that tells how they return and restore the country.
ezisitshela ukuthi bazaphenduka kanjani babuyele kanjani ezweni labo.
So there are 3 books on the kings and the kingdoms. All right, now let's say it again. There are 3 books on the kings and the kingdoms. All right, you got it? The Bible starts off with 5 books of the law.
iBhayibheli iqala ngengwalo ezinhlanu zomlayo.
They end up in captivity.
Bayigcina sebesethunjweni
They have to come back home.
babe sebephenduka ekhaya.
There are 3 books
Kule ngwalo ezintathu
that tell about their return and restoration.
ezisitshela ngokuphenduka nokubuyiselwa kwabo.
Then they are ruled by kings.
Babe sebebuswa ngamakhosi.
There are 6 books of the Bible
Kule ngwalo ezisithupha eBhayibhelini
that tell about their return and restoration.
ezikhuluma ngokubuyiselwa kwabo ngokubuyela nokubuyiselwa kwabo.
3 books. Okay. And then 5.
Bese kuba lezinhlanu
5, 3, 6, 3, 5. There are 5 books of poetry.
So kusiba leli ngwalo ezinhlanu zenkondlo.
Okay, there's a group of poetic books, 5 books.
Kule qoqo lezingwalo zenkondlo.
And then there are 17 books
Bese kusiba lengwalo ezilithumi lesikhombisa
of prophecy.
as prophet.
These are prophets
Laba ngabaprophet
who wrote books.
ababhala izingwalo.
Okay, so this is how the Old Testament is organized.
Yindlela i-Old Testament ehlelwe ngayo.
It's the way they put it together.
Yindlela abayihlanganisa ngayo.
So one book later may have been written earlier than the first book.
Olunye ugwalo lwamuva lungabe lwagwala muva kulogwalo olusekuqaliseni.
They didn't necessarily group them chronologically.
Abazange bazihlele ngokulandelana kokubhalwa kwazo.
They grouped them in these sections that I'm telling you about.
Bazihlela ngendlela le engiqambileyo.
Does that make sense?
Yezwakala na.
All right, so let's say the phone, I want you to remember this.
Asikhulume lifoni futhi ngifuna likhumbule.
I want you to say the phone number to the Old Testament books.
Ngifuna sithi phone number yezingwalo ze-Old Testament.
This is the phone number to what?
I-phone number yakhona
The Old Testament books. Say it.
eyezingwalo ze-Old
The
Testament.
Old Testament books. Let's say the phone number. 53517. Good. There are 5 books of the law. There are 3 books on the conquest of Canaan. There's 6 books on the kings and the kingdoms. There are 3 books on the return and restoration. There's 5 books of poetry. And there's 17 books of prophecy. Good. Now that's how the Old Testament is put together.
Yindlela i-Old Testament ehlanganiswe ngayo.
Now we're going to have some fun.
Bese siba lesikhathi esihle-ke khathesi.
We're going to name the books.
Sizawaqamba lamabhuku.
All right, there's 5 books of the law.
Ingwalo ezinhlanu zomlayo
They are
yilezi:
Genesis,
uGenesis,
Exodus,
Exodus,
Leviticus,
Levi,
Numbers, and Deuteronomy.
noDeuteronomy.
Okay, let's say those 5 together. Ready?
Sesijonga indaba.
Genesis, Exodus, Leviticus, Numbers, and Deuteronomy. Very good, very good. Okay. Now there are 3 books on the conquest of Canaan.
Kulezingwalo ezinhlanu ezikhuluma ngokunqotshwa kweKhenani.
Moses is going to die.
uMoses uza kufa.
They got a new leader.
Kuza kuba nomkhokheli omutsha.
His name is Joshua.
Umkhokheli wakhona igama lakhe nguJoshua.
He's going to lead them to take the land.
Uza bakhokhelela ezweni elitsha.
So there's 3 books about this.
Kulengwalo ezintathu ngalokho.
Joshua,
Joshua,
Judges,
abahluleli
and Ruth.
noRuth.
You got that? All right. 3 books on the conquest of Canaan. Tell them. Joshua, Judges, and Ruth. Now let's put them together.
Siwahlanganiseni.
There's 5 books of poetry. Say it. 5 books of the law. Say it. Genesis, Exodus, Leviticus, Numbers, Deuteronomy. 3 books on the conquest of Canaan. Joshua, Judges, and Ruth. Very good. Very good. Okay. Now there's 6 books on the kings
Bese siba lengwalo ezisithupha
and
namakhosi
their kingdoms.
nemibuso yawo.
Now this is not hard.
Akusikho konke lokho.
There's 6 books,
Izingwalo ezisithupha lezi
but there's only 3 names.
kodwa eziqakathekileyo zakhona zintathu.
There's 1st and 2nd Samuel.
KuloSamuel lokuqala lwesibili.
Say that with me, 1st and 2nd Samuel. 1st and 2nd Samuel. Then there's 1st and 2nd Kings.
Bese siba namakhosi okuqala lwesibili.
And then there's 1st and 2nd Chronicles.
Bese siba nemlando yokuqala lesibili.
Now say, here's how it happens.
Lokho yikho kwenzakaleyo.
Samuel,
So Samuel
he anoints the 1st Kings.
ugcoba inkosi zakuqala.
So if we're looking at the 6 books on the Kings,
Sizakhangela izingwalo ezisithupha
we
ngamakhosi.
start with Samuel.
Siqala ngoSamuel.
1st and 2nd Samuel.
Siqala ngoSamuel.
And now this is so hard.
Lokho kunzima.
If we're studying about the kings,
Masithi inkosi
there are 2 books called
kulezingwalo ezimbili ezithiwa
Kings.
amakhosi.
That's hard, right? 1st and 2nd Samuel, 1st and 2nd Kings,
Wesibili, amakhosi okuqala nowesibili.
then Chronicles.
Bese kusiza imilando.
Chronicles is when they write out what happens
Imilando kulapho sebelandisa ngalokho okwenzakalayo
during the time of the kings.
ngesikhathi salawo makhosi.
So you got 6 books on the kings and kingdoms.
Silengwalo eziyisithupha ngamakhosi nembuso yawo.
Say them with me.
Akutsho lokho lami.
1st and 2nd Samuel, 1st and 2nd Kings, 1st and 2nd Chronicles. You did good, you just need more confidence. So let me hear you.
Liba nokusithemba.
Alright, the 6 books on the kings and kingdoms.
Ingwalo eziyisithupha.
1st and 2nd Samuel, 1st and 2nd Kings, 1st and 2nd Chronicles. Boy, you get y'all practice, you get good. Okay, let's start with Genesis and go through Chronicles.
Sisiyaphutsha Chronicles.
You can do this. Okay, let's go. Genesis, Exodus, Leviticus, Numbers, Deuteronomy, Joshua, Judges, and Ruth. 1st and 2nd Samuel, 1st and 2nd Kings, 1st and 2nd Chronicles. Yay! Now let me explain something. 5363.
5363.
That's written like history.
Lokho kunjengembali.
It's pretty much in order of how it happened.
Kuyindlela yokuthi kwenzakala kanjani.
You start with Genesis
Uqala ngoGenesis
and you go straight through the Chronicles.
usiyaphutsha khona le umlando.
Then it stops going by a timeline.
Ubusuqala ukuhamba ngokulandelana kwakhona.
Now it's going to give you 5 books of poetry.
Ngizanikeza ingwalo ezinhlanu zenkondlo.
Some of those happened early,
Okunye kwakhona kwenzakala ngemuva.
but they're grouped together because they're poetic books.
Kodwa kuhlanganiswe ndawonye ngoba izingwalo
Does that make sense?
kuyezwakala na?
Okay, the 5 books of poetry, you know,
Ingwalo ezinhlanu zenkondlo.
Job,
uJobe,
Psalms,
amahubo,
Proverbs,
izaga,
Ecclesiastes,
umchumayeli,
and Song of Solomon. Those are the 5 books of poetry.
izingwalo ezinhlanu zenkondlo.
Say them with me.
Akuzitsho kanye lami.
Job,
Job,
Psalms, Proverbs, Ecclesiastes, and Song of Solomon. Very good, very good. Now, then there's 17 prophets.
Bese kusiba labaprofethi, ingwalo zabaprofethi ezilithumi nesikhombisa.
You can divide those into 2 categories.
Ungakwehlukanisa lokho kabili.
You have 5 major prophets.
Sibe labaprofethi abakhulu abahlanu.
And you have 12 minor prophets.
Bese siba lengwalo zabaprofethi abancane ezilithumi lambili.
You don't call them major prophets
Kasibathi ngabaprofethi abakhulu
because they're more important.
ngenxa yokuthi baqakatheke kakhulu.
The books they wrote
Ingwalo
were
abazibhalobayo
just longer.
zisithatha isibanga eside.
So they're major books.
Ngakho zingwalo ezinkulu.
Then the minor prophets
Abaprofethi abancane
wrote short books.
baloba ingwalo ezimfitshane.
So they're major works and minor works.
Yikho kulemisebenzi emikhulu lemisebenzi emincane.
So of the 17 prophets,
Abaprofethi abalithumi nesikhombisa laba
there are 5 major prophets
kulaba abakhulu
and 12 minor prophets.
labalithumi lambili abancane.
Okay? Now the 5 major prophets, these are not hard.
Abakhulu abahlanu
All right. Isaiah.
no-Isaiah,
Everybody say Isaiah. Isaiah.
u-Isaiah,
And then Jeremiah.
uJeremiah,
And then Lamentations.
izililo,
Let me tell you a secret. Jeremiah wrote the book of Jeremiah. He also wrote the book of Lamentations. So it's almost like 1st Jeremiah and 2nd Jeremiah. But they call it Jeremiah and Lamentations. Lamentation means to lament or to cry. Jeremiah was a crying preacher. So you have the first book called Jeremiah, and the second book called Lamentations. Okay, so our 5 major prophets: Isaiah, Jeremiah, Lamentations, and then Ezekiel and Daniel. Say those 2. Ezekiel and Daniel. Now these books are written during the time period of the Babylonian exile. So they did not write these books inside of Israel. They wrote them in Babylon, 800 miles away.
800 miles.
Okay? Alright, so the 5 books of the major prophets. Tell me the 5 major prophets. Okay? Come on. Isaiah, Jeremiah, Lamentations, Ezekiel, and Daniel. Now you ready to go? Yes. Alright, we're going to go from Genesis to Daniel. You got it? Yes. Punch the person beside you and say, you got it. I did that just so you would wake them up. I did that just so they would wake each other up. Okay. All right, are you ready? Let's go. Genesis, Exodus, Leviticus, Numbers, Deuteronomy, Joshua, Judges, Ruth, 1st and 2nd Samuel, 1st and 2nd Kings, 1st and 2nd Chronicles, Ezra, Nehemiah, Esther, Job, Psalms, Proverbs, Ecclesiastes, Song of Solomon. Isaiah, Jeremiah, Lamentations, Ezekiel, and Song of Solomon. All right, then. Isaiah, Jeremiah, Lamentations, Ezekiel, and Daniel. Wonderful. You did great. Now that was easy for you. Now we have 12 minor prophets. There's a lot to remember. I have some tricks to help me remember. I'm going to teach you my tricks. Now, they're English tricks. So I hope they make good sense to you. The first book is the book of Hosea. Say Hosea. Hosea. Okay, I gotta tell you my joke. It's an American joke. It's an American joke. You know baseball? Yes. You know baseball? In America, before every baseball game, everybody stands and they sing the national anthem. And the national anthem starts this way. Jose, can you see by the dawn's early light? Jose, can you see? Okay, so there was this little Spanish boy named Jose. He wanted to see a baseball game.
wayefuna ukubona i-baseball kulelo langa
but he couldn't buy a ticket.
kodwa wayengenelisi ukuthenga itiketi.
So he stood outside and looked.
Wema phandle wakhangela.
When he got home,
lapho efike ekhaya
his daddy said, "How was the baseball game?"
ubaba wathi kunjani umdlalo we-baseball?
He said, "Daddy, it was wonderful.
Uthele kumangalisa kakhulu.
And the people were so nice.
Labantu kade belunge kakhulu.
They saw me standing outside, and everybody stood, and they all said, Jose, can you see? I know, but I'm from America. What do you expect? So I'm going to do this. Jose! Everybody do this. Jose! Okay. That's just my way of cheating to remember. Hosea, Joel, and Amos. Say those three. Hosea, Joel, Amos. And then here comes the big one. Obadiah. What a name. Here's how I remember. I say, oh, but I'm going to die if I don't get this done. Oh, but die. Okay, so say those with me. Hosea, Joel, Amos, Obadiah. And then everybody knows Jonah out there swimming, right? Okay, so I go Hosea, Joel, Amos, Obadiah, Jonah. And then it's the M and N. The letter M and the letter N. That's my M. See my M? And that's my N. Alright, so it's Micah, Nahum. Alright, say them all together. Hosea, Joel, Amos, Obadiah, Jonah, Micah, Nahum. Okay, and then it's the letter H, the letter Z, and it's H again, H and Z again. So it's H, Z, H, Z. Say it with me. H, Z, H, Z. So it's Haggai, that's H. Haggai. No, I skipped it. No, I did. Hosea, Joel, Amos, Obadiah, Jonah, Micah, Nahum, Habakkuk. Hey, Habakkuk, Zephaniah, Haggai, Zechariah. Okay, so, and then it ends, the Old Testament ends with Malachi. Okay, so let's do the minor prophets. Ready? 12 of them. You can do this. Come on. Hosea, Joel, Amos, Obadiah, Jonah, Micah, Nahum, Habakkuk, Zephaniah, Haggai, Zechariah, Malachi. Yeah! All right. Now we're going to say all the books of the Old Testament. From Genesis to Malachi. You can't sit up there, don't look in your books. Let's go. Genesis, Exodus, Leviticus, Numbers, Deuteronomy, Joshua, Judges, Ruth, 1st and 2nd Samuel, 1st and 2nd Kings, 1st and 2nd Chronicles, Ezra, Nehemiah, Esther, Job, Psalms, Proverbs, Ecclesiastes, and Psalm Song of Solomon, Isaiah, Jeremiah, Lamentations, Ezekiel, Daniel, Hosea, Joel, Amos, Obadiah, Jonah, Micah, Nahum, Habakkuk, Zephaniah, Haggai, Zechariah, Malachi. Yeah! You have said the books of the Old Testament together.
Sesiwakhulume kanye amabhuku e-Old Testament.
You got plenty of time.
Okay, this is.
1 o'clock.
I don't have a watch. I don't have time.
Okay, it's 12:20.
Okay, that's how the Old Testament is grouped.
Yindlela i-Old Testament eqoqwe ngayo.
Now let me give you an example.
Ke nginike umzekeliso.
Most scholars
Abafundi abaningi
believe that the book of Job
bakholwa ukuthi ugwalo lukaJobe
was the first book ever written,
lwaba lugwalo lokuqala ukulotshwa,
but it's not first in the Old Testament
kodwa kasilo lokuqala kuTestament elidala.
because it's grouped over there with the poets.
Ngenxa yokuthi liqoqwe kanye nezinkondlo namabhuku ezinkondlo.
So it starts chronologically with Genesis,
Kodwa kuqala ke kahle kahle ngokulandelana ngoGenesis,
which was the beginning of the world.
okutsho ukuqala komhlaba,
And it goes in a timeline up through the kings
kulandelane kudlula phakathi kwezikhathi zamakhosi,
and the return and restoration.
kuphenduke ekubuyisweni,
Then it takes 5 poet books
bese
put
kusiba
together.
lenkondlo ingwalo zezinkondlo ezinhlanu,
Then it takes those 17 prophets.
bese kuthatha abaprofeti abalithumi nesikhombisa.
Now understand this.
Zwisisa lokho.
If you had a timeline from Genesis
Nxa kade ulandelisela kusuka kuGenesis
to Ezekiel,
kusiya kuEzekiel,
all right, so there's the timeline.
yisikhathi sakhona ukulandelana bakhona.
Now the 17 prophets
Abaprofeti abayithumi nesikhombisa
fit different places along that timeline.
babengena phakathi kwezikhathi ezihlukeneyo kuleso sikhathi.
Okay, like Isaiah would fit like in the middle.
U-Isaiah wayengangena njengokuthi angene phakathi.
Jeremiah fits right before they went to Babylon.
uJeremiah ayengena bengakathunjwa
So you
eBhabhiloni.
see how they're grouped together?
Uyabona indlela aqoqwe ngayo.
All right, that's very, very, very good. Y'all